so happy it's Friday. I am so happy it's Friday, really. I'm so happy it's Friday. I think I overworked myself to death this week. All right. So I am going to introduce myself again. My name is Tracy, and I am a spiritual advisor and a medium. And this is under the umbrella of fallinlovewithgod.net. Fall in love with God in 2021. You know, I love God. I know you love God. You know, we love God all day, every minute, every hour. This is all under the fallinlovewithgod.net. And you can also reach me on godssunshine.com. I have other things coming up, and one of them is Pray Past Your Pain. That's in April. Pray Past Your Pain. And that's when I'm going to go deep rooted pain that we always carry into our current situations that we need to learn to let go. But tonight is actually about twin flame, soulmate, and the languages of love. Okay, and before I even get into it, I was talking to God again today about a couple of things. One is, let's continue to pray without ceasing. Okay, if you're in any relationship again that makes you sad, make you afraid, that's not love. That is not love. I have to say that again. Someone that keeps consistently cheating on you, or maybe you're the one that's doing it to them, that's not love. And this is the last video under the Fall in Love with God umbrella, because I have so many other things that we need to get in touch with. And this is the last video, which is the soulmate twin flame, which I am so happy about that we could just move on from this, because by the time the other videos that I had, you should know that the relationship you're in is good for you, or the relationship you're in is not good for you. Again, God woke me up 5 o'clock in the morning asking me to write this list. I encourage you to write the list. What's good about your relationship? What's bad about it? Should you be in it? What is the struggles? What can you conquer together, and what can you conquer in an individual? Again, this is your life. You only live it one time, and one time only. You cannot say, well, let me have a redo. No, you cannot do a redo. And while you're living on earth, you should be happy at all times, especially in a relationship, because sometimes a relationship could build us up, and relationships could break us down. Okay, some relationships we might be in the middle, but I mean, if you are with a good partner, you feel like you could conquer the world. But when you are in a relationship that's not good, the ones that's bringing you down, you feel defeated. You feel like you can't think. It all based off of what you're going through. I mean, the relationship don't have to be a relationship between a man and woman. It could be family relationships. It could be friendship relationships. Some relationships I was friends with, I felt drained. I felt defeated. I felt like that I wanted to help, but I couldn't. So I mean, you have to be careful who you surround yourself around. Who you are friends with, who you let in your house. Like, all those things are very important. Remember, your circle is sacred. It could be you as a circle, it could be your family members as a circle. Your circle is sacred. Okay, so let's get started. What is a twin flame? Okay, a twin flame is a relationship of two souls that it's like an intense connection, a tense feeling between the two, and it's sometimes with a twin flame, it's like a connection that can't separate. Can twin flames connection separate? Yes, because I had a twin flame, but the connection with the intense was there, but we was not mature enough to stay together. Okay, so yeah, a twin flame is an intense connection that, it's like y'all was meant to be. Y'all feel like y'all was meant to be, and sometimes y'all have the same thoughts and everything like that. That's what a twin flame is. Now, a soulmate is different. A soulmate is, to me, and I'm gonna say that a relationship, okay, that is good for the soul, it's good for the spirit, and it's also good for the flesh. This is like, a soulmate is someone that you really connect with naturally. It's like two souls becoming into one, and the soulmate, they support you, emotionally, physically. Soulmate is like undeniable. Now, is a twin flame better than a soulmate? No, we're not going to compare, because it's just like people saying, well, pepper is better than salt. That's all because of you. That's all because that's how you feel, if pepper is better than salt. But again, twin flame is an intense relationship. Now, mind you, a twin flame can be a friendship. It don't have to be a relationship. It could be a friendship. I have friends that we don't see each other, but we talk all the time, and the relationship is like, wow, we just complete each other's sentences, and the things that we want to do together, it's like fire, like it's like, it's great. And I have people, even family members, that we can just talk for hours, and I mean, the connection is like undeniable. It was like we was meant to be friends, and we're going to continue to be friends. And with the soulmate, again, it is just my opinion that a soulmate is a relationship that's good for the soul, the flesh. It's good for the mental, the emotions. They support you, you support them. Y'all have the same ideas. Y'all want your same goals. And I'm not saying that he may not have, or she may not have, any of the individual goals that you could support them on, but it's like a very spiritual, high spiritual connection. Okay? And that's my opinion, because you may have your own opinion what is a soulmate. Because remember, this is your soul that you may feel like, well, I like it when my mate do this to me. That's a great connection. I can't tell you that it's not, but it's just my opinion. What's the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame? Okay, before I get into the 5 languages of love, I want you to know, someone told me something this week that it really bothered me. Okay, the reason why it bothered me, because I am an older woman. Even though some people say no, you don't, but I am an older woman that's almost hitting 50, right? And someone came up to me and said, which I laughed at, that based on my age, I may not meet my soulmate because of my age, or I might not even meet anyone because I'm pushing 50 years old, right? And they also stated, because most men do not like to date women with children. Okay? And I know that was an insult. I know that was the devil working. And the reason why I am bringing this up is because I don't care how old you are, who you are. Love is for you. Exactly. Love is for you. Don't believe that love is not for you. Don't look at your age. Don't say, oh my God, I'm pushing 50 years old. I didn't find nobody yet. That means I'm never going to find anyone. Those are a bunch of lies. And when this person was saying things about me in a negative way, what I did, I ain't gonna lie, I cast out the devil. I said, that's a lie, because I don't care what statistics say. that if you're an older woman, you cannot find love. That's not true. So don't believe the lies that people tell you that you can't find love if you have children, and don't believe the lies because of your age. You're beautiful. You're an amazing person, and don't worry about what other people say about you. And when they said it to me, one thing, I'm gonna be honest, it made me realize that the people that I believe they are friends, they are actually not friends. That's number one. And two, some people believe in the lies that people tell. Don't believe in those lies. Don't believe it. And believe me, I'm single, but I'm not going to believe the lies that I can't find my soulmate. God is in control, not the people that's talking negative about you. So I have to say that to you. Okay? And another thing that I want to mention, that any relationship and love that you are in, or maybe you're going into, you should not have to stress over anything. You should not. Thank you. You should not have to stress over anything. Don't stress in no relationship, because that means it ain't real. Anytime you have to chase after people, it ain't real. Anytime that you are scared that they're going to cheat, trust me, it's not real. It's not for you. Okay? You shouldn't have to chase anybody. You shouldn't have to make somebody love you, because that's not true. Love should be a feeling between the both of you, not to make someone to say, do you love me? They should automatically feel that way. And if they come into you and they are hesitant about saying that they love you, then they're showing you their true colors. They're showing you that they don't love you as much as you love them. And love should be reciprocated in any relationship. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. And again, in all my other videos, I said, if you are mentally or physically abused, that's not love. And I want to encourage anybody that's going through it, get out of it right away. I've been through it, so get out of it right away. And if you feel like you're not strong enough to do it, then you have to seek counseling. You have to tell somebody. This is important. Love do not hurt. Okay? Love don't hurt. So we're going to get into the 5 love languages. Okay? In a relationship. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into that. Okay? Okay, number 1, emotional. You want someone that is emotionally supportive. Okay? I don't want to keep gearing this towards a woman, because I'm a woman. I'm not a man, But men need emotional support too, just as much as women. We always think of men like, well, you're a man, you're supposed to do this and this and that. No, men cry too. Okay, men need hugs too, but I'm a woman, and I'm gonna talk on a woman's side. I love it when my man is very supportive when I'm emotional, when I'm going through something. There's nothing wrong with holding my hand, giving me a hug, telling me it's gonna be okay, making sure that I'm comfortable. A lot of women, we go through so much in life. I mean, I'm a woman that went through so much in life that sometimes I just need support emotionally. Let me cry without you thinking that I'm weak. Wipe my tears away and tell me it's going to be okay. And on the flip side, which is the man's side, men are portrayed to be always have to be strong and not weak. But sometimes they need a hug too. They need love too. They need to be shown that it's okay to be emotional around a woman without being laughed at. Someone that's going to support them, So it goes both ways with women and men. Men, again, is portrayed to be strong, but I want to support my man, no matter what. Just like if you are a man, you need to support your woman. Okay, women could be more of an emotional creature than men. Well, I'm starting to believe that's not true anymore, because I feel like a lot of us women are being strong in situations, but support us emotionally. Okay? that support us emotionally. A second love language is mental. You know, I'm a Sagittarius. Okay, if you can't teach me anything, I'm like, I'm screaming because I want a man that's gonna teach me something. Okay, but teaching me is one thing, dictating to me is another. So don't dictate, slow your roll. But mentally, I would like my mind to be stimulated because I always want to learn something. You know, I always want to learn. And then the mental also come with what you're mentally saying to me as well. You know, are you saying negative things that's going negative into my spirit? Or you're saying things that's saying you can do it. There's nothing you can do. The sky is the limit. You know, let's pray. That's all mental things that I want to hear. You know, you may have your own mental things that you want to hear. Like, and again, I have to say on the flip side, you know, most men don't always think about one thing and one thing only. Sometimes they want their women to talk to them, you know, to mentally encourage them, you know. It's like a mental massage of their back. You know, you are massaging ideas and holding their hand in a way, holding their hand. That means they can still do it on their own, but mentally encouraging them to be their greatest version. And I love to do that. Like, I love to mentally tell my man, you're going to make it. You can do it. You know, any idea that you have, you can put it into the universe and you will have it. You know, so as much as we want men to mentally support us, we have to learn that we need to support them as well. Okay? Girlfriend, I'm not going to talk too much about that. So anyway, another love language is physical. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. Okay, let me stop being silly. So yes, physical. Okay, I'm not going to go deep into the physical because you know this is a godly channel, and fall in love with God means fall in love with God and also love with yourself. But physical does matter. And there's other physical things that matter. Playing with each other, making sure y'all happy, running with each other, you know, playing, doing exercises together. Those are important. You know, I'm not saying you have to be with your mate all the time, but those are important when y'all playing games with each other, you exercising with each other, you know, you cooking with each other. Those are physical things that we could do as mates. You know, reading books together, having our own opinions about things. Like, those things are physically, you know, if you know how to start over a car, fix a car, teach me how to do it. I'm your woman. So just in case if something happens, I know how to help myself, you know. So I'm saying, I love the cooking. I love the cooking, not because I'm greedy. You know, it just shows that we can collaborate on a lot of things, you know, physically. Okay? And I love the game playing. You know, I love the game playing. I don't know about you, but I like it. I love, like, the throwing pillows or basketball. I love these things. Dancing with each other. Those things to me are important. And that also goes with the quality time, which is another love language. I love quality time. When the world is against you, your bills are piling up, sometimes a perfect cuddle will smooth the day out. Yes, a perfect cuddle, quality time, able to speak to your mate without someone bothering you, able to express your feelings on how you feel without being judged. Though, to me, that's beautiful. You know, traveling together, you know. I love a real love. I love a perfect relationship. I love that, you know. Not every relationship is going to be perfect, you know. They got the little yin and yangs, things like that, you know. But, you know, to have someone that has your back, that is a wonderful feeling. Someone that is of God, that will pray with you, that will hold you, spend quality time together, again, teach you things, I love. Okay. Another love language that I feel like is a love language is commitment. I love when somebody's committed to the relationship. Even though whatever goes left or right, you'll be there. I used to love this song by New Edition. It's Can You Stand the Rain? To me, that song was preaching to couples. Can you stand the rain? Because it's not going to always be sunny days. It's not going to always be rainy days. And when it's rainy days, are you going to be there? Are you going to be there? You gotta stay committed in your relationship. If you feel that you're not, don't waste anybody's time. I cannot stand when you are in a relationship with someone and they know that they're not going to marry you. They know that they're not going to be engaged with you, or they're not going to move in or have children with you. I cannot stand that. Because you already know what you want to do with me. Especially, I'm going to give them a year or two. You already know if the relationship is somebody that you know that you're going to want to marry and spend the rest of your life with. Okay, some men, they don't grow up as more mature than women. Please, men, don't get offended. But I'm just saying, because most women, we already know, we already ready. We want to get married, have children, move in a house. We want these things. When some men, they take a little long to say, well, let me fill her out, see what she's going to do and stuff like that. Another thing I want to say, don't rush love. Don't push love. Don't do that. Don't try to make somebody love you. Don't do that. If it's either they're going to love you, they're going to love you, or they're not. Which one? You can't make somebody love you, and you can't make someone spend time with you. And plus, you wouldn't want a relationship that you have to make them to do something. I don't want to make anybody to do anything. Someone told me one time, like, well, you should have made me marry you. And I felt that was a joke. Why should I have to make you to make a decision that you should have made on your own? So be careful with your relationships you have. I said this and I would say this over and over. Pray over your relationships if you're currently in one. If you're not, pray before you get the relationship. Pray while you're in the relationship. Ask God to mentally give you an insight on what you need to know in here. Don't stay in toxic relationships. Don't do it. But the committed, I love to be committed. I love it that when I feel like that I can tell you how I feel and then you don't run away from me. And the vice versa, again, I have to say with the men, there's a lot of men, you'll be surprised. There's a lot of men that's out there that's looking for committed relationships, that they want a woman that's going to stick by them and hold their hand and not run away. Again, I have to say this. If you know that your relationship is toxic, get out. Okay. Again, I just said this. Don't force love or convince someone to love you. I don't have a good feeling when that happens. I wouldn't want to tell somebody that, I love you. If I'm telling you I love you and then you expect them to say it back, I don't feel good when that happens. It's like, if I love you and I want to say it, then I'll just say it. And I don't have to have you say it back. Why? Because I love myself. I love myself. The truth is, I love myself. I spent 3 years studying my own self when I didn't even know me. I didn't know who I was. But I don't want to force anybody to love me. Okay? I don't want to force that. Love, it should be free. Love should be feeling like you on air. What they call it, cloud nine. That's what love should be, cloud nine. All right, so if you have the best relationship, your relationship is the bomb. Be humble and grateful for the relationship you have, because there's a lot of sisters and or brothers out there that are struggling, girl. Struggling. Okay? So be humble and grateful, and a lot of relationships that I have, which is friendships, I am very humble, very grateful, and everybody that I deal with, I'm telling you, almost everybody I deal with, I verbally tell them I love them. I'm so happy they exist. I'm so happy you are in my life. I make sure they understand how much I really, really, really love them. Okay? But, be humble and grateful, because it's the best. Real love is the best. I'm telling you, it is the best. Okay? Let love come to you. Don't force love. I asked God for a husband 2 years ago. I remember the day so well. It was a sunny summer day. And I was like, God, you know what? I think I'm ready to not be single. Because at that time, I want to have fun. I wanted to go out. I wanted to hang out with someone and everything like that. And I said to God, that was 2 years ago. And I was like, I think I want to date now. And that was 2 years ago. So again, did I force it? No, I didn't force it. Because I actually want the universe that one day I'm outside or I'm doing something, or the person introduced themselves and it'd be like magic. Okay, I'm a fairy tale girl. But I want it to be like, phew, and we look into each other's eyes and it's like magic. I always wanted that, because I never wanted to look at someone based off of their looks. I want it to be like a spiritual connection type of thing. And yeah, that was 2 years ago. And I'm still going to not rush it and allow God to bring it into my life. I trust God. I trust God. I trust God. Okay? If you've never seen a picture in the back, which is God's hand out, holding out, and with the person blindfolded. You might not can see the blindfold, but she's walking, and God is holding a hand out, and that means, do you trust me? Do you trust me? Do you trust God in all areas of your life? You have to ask yourself that. Do you trust God? And that's why I'm not in a relationship, because I want God to choose my mate, and I'm not rushing it. I also ask God before I even get into a relationship, because I push my baggage behind me. Whatever baggage that I collected with my exes, I'm not putting that in my future relationship. I'm not doing that. So I said to God, before I even get into a relationship, I'd rather be whole, not broken. That's what I said to God. If I'm broken, don't bring him. But when I'm whole, bring him on to me. I don't want to be broken. I want to be whole. And I'm not saying that not to tell him the stories of what happened to me. But I'm saying to you is, I'm past all that garbage that was given to me. Okay? So, I want to be whole, not broken. Okay? Before you get into any relationship, you should want to be whole. You don't want to be in a relationship that somebody's trying to build you up, and then they're trying to build up the relationship. No, you want a relationship that you already built. So when he comes in or she comes in, it's like a +1. Then we could connect together. Okay? Whole, not broken. Okay, let the energy flow into your life. Again, I've just said this. Let the energy flow into your life. Because remember, we can't rush anything. God's timing is the perfect timing. And another thing I did in a relationship is I prayed, and I did have I can't even say that word sometimes, specific prayer that I actually And I'm going to say this. I had a specific conversation with God. I sat at the table and I said, like we was in a meeting, I'm going to be honest with you. I sat at the table with God and I was like, God, I want to meet with you. And this is all the things that I want in a man. And if you want to fill his cup up more for what I said, high five, God, high five. Okay? Because I'm going to be honest, I have no time to waste. But I had a sit down conversation with God. I sat down at the table. God don't need to sit. And I just started talking. And you know what? So I pray. I do a lot of prayers for people. I prayed today for my neighborhood. But I love the conversations that me and God have. I just sit down and start yapping. And guess what? God is there. He's going to listen. Like the other day, I was so worried about my financial situation. You know, I was so worried about my financial situation, right? And that was yesterday. I'm like, God, the bills, you know how it gets, right? And then God came out of nowhere and said, stop worrying about your bills. God talked back. Please believe God talked back. But to have that relationship with God and you talking, I mean, if he answer you or don't answer you, that's the best feeling in the world. God loves you unconditionally. He do not judge you. You know, it was one time I did something and he said, Tracy, it's not going to stop me from blessing you. Someone that's going to, come on, you got to love God. I don't know how many out there that love God, but I'm telling you, you have to love God through the good and the bad. But relationship wise, let it flow. Don't rush into anything. Just let it flow. And if it feels like the relationship is taking too long to flourish and you have plans on your own, then think about it. Maybe I'm rushing, Tracy. Maybe you're rushing, Tracy. Okay, if I'm not, then I calculate it. Maybe I'm not rushing. Maybe relationship is not for me because I want the house. I want the car. I'm just making examples here. I want the relationship that he can teach me how to swim or anything like that. And maybe this person don't want the same things I want. Because see, love is, what the heart wants is what the heart wants. That's true. You know, when you love somebody could say he ain't or she ain't and you still love them no matter what. Because what the heart wants is what the heart wants. But be careful. And if you are in a real relationship right now, congratulations. Okay, because a lot of us is out there like, we want a real love. But guess what? The best love is, again, I have to say it, self-love. And then it can mirror out into the universe. Self-love is the best love. God love is the best love. And it can mirror out into the universe. Okay, that is it for today. Yes, it was short, but it was short and sweet. And that is the end of relationships under the umbrella of fall in love with God. And I'm talking about relationship as far as in the partnership relationships. I will be talking about friendship relationships or even relationship with God and all that other stuff. That's different. But far as in relationship underneath the umbrella of fall in love with God, I am done with that. I do have to upload the other videos that because my phone was acting up, and I have to upload those other videos of what God would say about relationships. I know, but this is it. So you can follow me on fallinlovewithgod.net. Share this video with your friends. I need some subscribers. No, I'm just kidding. But share it, with your friends. Fall in love with God. GodsSunshine.com. Be well. Be blessed. Stay safe. out there. And I'm telling you, pray, pray, pray. Keep praying. Okay? God bless you and God bless your family. Have a good night.